Honey, our neighbor's house is already off the market. It's been there for 2 days. Why is ours still on the market after having been here for months? There's a number of reasons that might be the case. Why? Let's talk about it. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Reno Reed here of the Reed team with Chartwell Realty, enjoying a nice, beautiful, full spring in Kansas City before it inevitably freezes yet again. But the nice weather is not going to get between us and, as my brother would say, getting learned. Over the past couple years, buyers, sellers, and agents alike have gotten used to houses just flying off the market at record speeds. And so it's kind of unusual that we're starting to see some of these houses that are sitting on the market for a little while. And so I wanted to go over 4 different reasons as to why that might be. So for a seller, these are some things that you can keep an eye on to potentially save you from having the stress of watching everybody else's house fly while yours still sits there. Buyers, this is good information for you as well because you can come at it from a different perspective. It's all 2 sides of the same coin. So you can look for some of these little factors that might give you a little bit of a better chance, a better cutting kind of competitive edge, if you will. So the first and most obvious reason as to why your house might be sitting is that it's overpriced. Now, price in general is always a driving factor to how much interest that you're going to get on your house. It's not uncommon to see a house just on the plaza at $2.5 million sitting there for a long time because there just simply isn't that many buyers who can actually afford that, right? But from a just general perspective, if you are kind of at the top end of what your house could realistically go for, it might not be as enticing. You know, a lot of these people have been seeing just how crazy the market's been. So these sellers, they're like, hey, I can sell my house for, way more than it should. And so they list them for some extremely greedy numbers, to be perfectly honest with you. And then they sit there because they're overpriced. Now, let's take the kind of the opposite of that, right? If we come in and we approach the price from a standpoint of we want to be where the market's at or maybe just under. This gives room for buyers to come in and compete for the house. But it also, from the lower price point, is going to give us a much better shot to have people getting in there and actually liking what they see. They see it as a better deal. If you're already at, if you're pricing your house way over, if you're at $400,000, but it's a $350,000 house, right? People are going to walk into that and be like, this doesn't look like it should be worth $400,000. And the reason is because it's not. We want to go ahead, we want to be reasonable with what we're asking for. Another factor is that there's issues cosmetically with the house. Now we want, in general, people to come into the property and say, this homeowner took amazing care of this house, because that takes away a lot of potential apprehensiveness, some potential fears from the buyer's perspective. Now, of course, there's people like myself who aren't afraid of a fixer-upper home, but in general, more often than not, people are going to be spending the money to put them in a house that they want to be in without having to do a ton of work to it. So just kind of taking some of those cosmetic things, patching some holes, some scratches, paint, things like that can help go a long way. Another reason that your house might be sitting on the market is whether it's you listing it or an agent just aren't that great at marketing. Now again, we've seen these houses fly off the market and some agents might, it's not really worth my time to put the time or the money into it. It's going to go anyway, right? But if it starts to sit there and you're still having, those same issues, you need to look at your marketing plan, okay? Me, for instance, I'm trying to put that house, that listing in front of as many people as I can where they go. So without spilling the beans too much, I'm trying to get it in front of buyers where buyers are. I'm trying to get it in front of agents where agents are. I'm trying to have descriptions and pictures that are enticing and beautiful that people think, wow, this is something that I want to at the bare minimum, go in and see. Okay. And the last one is not necessarily the most fun conversation to have, but we need to be realistic with each other. The last option is that it could be you, the seller. Not everybody is, extremely easy to work with. Not everybody's extremely realistic. We have to taper our expectations, okay? If our house is sitting on there and I come to you and say, hey, I think it's an issue of the price. Here's what the data says we should probably drop the price to here. And you say, no, we're not doing it. You have the final say, but you're putting yourself in a position to fail as opposed to have a potential to succeed. Alternatively, if you have some guy come in and they offer you an offer that's lower than you ask for, if it's a reasonable offer and you're like, no, I'm sticking to this number, unless you have really specific reasons to, again, you're setting yourself up to fail. Now, obviously, of course, I say we want to, to have these reasonable offers that we're considering. If it's a $2.5 million listing and someone comes in, yeah, I'll pay $100,000. That's understandable to say no to. But if it's a $100,000 listing and they offer $98,000 and you're not even looking at it, you're not even considering it, then we might be in a position where we want to kind of reevaluate our expectations and reevaluate what it is that we want to get out of this deal. Okay? So if you are looking to sell your house as quickly as possible for the most money possible, it's important to have these kind of ideas as to what can go wrong so you can kind of get in front of them, get ahead of it. You want an agent who understands that. You want me to be that agent. Give me an opportunity to list your house and get you the most that you can get in the quickest amount of time possible. Now, buyers, like I said earlier, it's two sides of the same coin. Having this knowledge can help put you in a better position to go ahead and actually find a house that's perfect for you. Give me a call. I would love to help each and every one of you. While you're here, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Facebook and LinkedIn. There's going to be plenty of information throughout the coming weeks that are going to be, I promise you, beneficial to you in your home buying journey. Okay? Until next time, see you guys later.